the defense will be presenting their evidence, no, and which would debunk or destroy the testimony on each and every prosecution witness. Ganyan po talaga ang technique and style. Yan po tinatawag na impeaching evidence. As I see it, dito sa latter part po ang prosecution. Hindi na lang sila mag-redirect kasi mas lalong mabubutasan. Kasi pag mag-redirect sila, if-fix yung mga sinabi niyang mamali, makaka-recross na naman ang defense. And then at the same time, yung mga senator judges magtatanong naman, di ba? The fact na each and every witness na mag-testify is ma-destroy mo yung credibility, yung bias, no, ang reason kung bakit siya nagta-testify and everything, that is very significant for purposes of the public opinion of the people looking, as well as the senator judges. So, importante po yun kasi we are on open camera. So, hindi pwedeng stipulate kay allow mo lang yung mga evidence nila i-present. Okay na yan, I adapt. Ipa-present mo at sisirain ko, itry ko sirain. At pag malaman ng mga tao na nasira yung witness na yun, para sa kanila, hindi na siya credible witness. And it would be considered as damaging on their part.
Usual ba yan na hindi yung offended party ang magre-reklamo? Tapos, maaari bang ma-question? Kasi kung pagbabasehan ko kung tama yung pagkakarinig ko kanina habang kino-cross-examine, nung una, hindi tinanggap agad ng DOJ. Kasi nga, hinahanapan ng affidavit yung mismong mga offended party kasi nagbase lang sila. Actually, kahapon pinlay nga yung mga pahayag nila ni Marcos Jr. At ni Speaker Martin Romualdez. Common ba ito sa regular na korte na naihain ng mga reklamo po?
Well, it's uncommon, no? Kasi ang recommendation nga yung 7 grounds. Ang sabi doon sa 7 grounds is that you have to comply that para makatuloy tayo ng preliminary investigation. Hindi man na-comply yung 7 grounds. I think one of which yung sinasabing affidavit of the reporters. Ang galing din ng sagot ni Kalilong is that meron man ako yung affidavit of ako yung nag-download sa screen record, no? Pero ang hinahanap kanina na Robin is yung mismong nag-upload or yung nag-record doon sa Zoom. And at the same time, yung affidavit ng reporters, wala. Tapos din, yun pong affidavit ng presidente. So, nagtaka ako, kahit na hindi na comply yung 7 grounds na yun, sinabi doon sa second certification na enough na ito to conduct preliminary investigation. So, yun po ang mga questionable doon, no? And besides, as in answer to your question, kung wala private complainant at hindi nag-execute ng affidavit, malaking bagay pa ito. Yes po. Kasi kung for purposes to establishing doubt, no, for establishing the purpose or motive no, kung bakit po sinagawa itong impeachment na ito, pwedeng bubutas yun. Kasi it means talaga, tama, it's a political distraction ni BP Inday Sara. It's not about the threat, no? Take note po, Mar, no? Meron po tawag na mens rea, which is one of the element required, no, in a grave threat. Yan po yung intent to intimidate and the fact that the person is na intimidate. So sila na po dapat yung magko-complain. Now, if this has not been established na yung may intent to intimidate at the same time na intimidate yung na binantaan, and then there's no crime to speak about. So there is no crime to speak about, then there is no Article 4 of the impeachment.
Opo, no. Meron pong ipinunto, balikan ko lang kasi nabanggit mo na ito kanina, ipinunto sa last part, no, sa last part ng nung binigyan sila ng almost 5 minutes na pahayag.
Yes.
Ipinunto nila yung pahayag ni Senador Risa Hontiveros. Tingin mo, ano yon? Kumbaga, paborable yon, yung naging pahayag ni Senadora Risa Hontiveros ngayon dito sa panig ng depensa at nagamit tuloy ng depensa at yun nga, kino-quote pa nga yung pahayag ng prosecution na hindi sila 100% na makapagsasabi na meron nag-commit yung krimen, attorney.
You know, that is the most destructive questions, no, coming from yesterday, for which sumagot si Attorney Ligutan. And the defense had now a time within which to formulate their counter statement against the statement of Attorney Ligutan. No? So plastada. Na-emphasize tuloy ng closing statement or statement ng defense at that time yung mga defects na ginawa ng prosecution and citing now the questions na favorable sa kanila coming from Riza Ontiveros. Kaya ang ibig sabihin ba, the more you try to, try to ask questions like that would you think that would implicate kung saan ka nalining mapunta, bumabaligtad tuloy, bumirang, no? Bumirang, papunta naman na sa makasagutan. So twice na po niya nangyari po kay Senator Riza Ontiveros. Dapat siguro is careful sa pagtatanong. Siguro yung gigil niya. We know for a fact that Riza Ontiveros has been talagang crucial against the BP. In fact, sabi niya nga, may statement na siya noon na talagang against kay BP. Marami siyang statement. So, ibig sabihin, alam na po na talaga natin ang leaning niya dito as a senator judge that she will really find a way to, to vote and to convict BP Inday. Hindi ba katiis? Gusto na niya kagad yung ending for this purpose, no? And she wants to make clarifications para ma-establish kaagad at ma-put on record. But remember guys, na ang statement po ng prosecution at statement po ng defense, immaterial yan siya sa kaso. Ang material po, yung mga testimony ng mga witnesses, pati yung mga evidence na napresenta nila. Yun po ang point yan. Whatever statement that the prosecution will say or the argument that the defense would say, that is only for their own purpose of presenting their side to convince, to influence the decision of the judges. But it will not become part of the evidence. Kahit na kailangan po talaga ng ebidensya to do that.
Opo, attorney, kanina na-play din po no yung parte ng buong video kung saan ang Chief of Staff ni Vice President Sara Duterte na si Attorney Zalaika Lopez ang napanood, no? Merong pag-question doon sa pag-transcribe. Pero sa tingin niyo po, in other way, ay nakatulong din ito para ma-establish din dagdag kasi hindi pa yung buong video ang na-play na nakatulong ito para madagdagan yung konteksto kung bakit talaga nabanggit yun ng Vice Presidente po, attorney.
Alam mo, maganda po talaga yung cross. Kaya hindi ako sang-ayon sa statement na hindi importante yung witness na yon. Especially if the witness would like to add more from what he knows, no? Kaysa mag-confine lang siya doon sa dapat niya na trabaho. Kasi nagdadagdag siya kasi ng mga statement, no? And from there, mas na-open ngayon ang vulnerability ng particular na testigo na ito. And Attorney Narvasa was prepared kanina sa pagtatanong. Now, yung totoong context, no? Hindi po pwede i-stipulate yun kasi kailangan po ipalabas yun yung nangyari kay Zulaika na nagsalita siya, umiiyak siya, to establish the fact na yun po ang isa sa mga dahilan kung bakit ngit-ngit si BP Inday at that time. Now, with respect to the transcript na bakit hindi nalagay dyan detainee, hindi nalagay na accused, because emphasize siya, blurred daw, hindi niya marinig. So, ibig sabihin, in-emphasize lang ng defense noon that you were not using the technology to decipher what is in that video. Diba? Kasi kung talagang competent or expert ka na forensic scientist or investigator, magawan mo yan siya with the use of tools to decipher, no, to get the actual contents of the statement. You cannot just say inaudible. In fact, meron doong comment na salita ni BP Inday na hindi niya sinali sa transcript, hindi niya napansin. Kasi, di ba, gibalik-balik yun. So, ibig sabihin po, hindi po accurate and complete ang kanyang transcript na sinabmit sa DOJ at well as sinabit sa COJ, Committee on Justice. So, yun lang po ang mga issues dyan. No? You want to attack the credibility of the witness who says the complete and accurate na, and you took oath by saying na ito talaga complete and accurate, wala na. Ibig sabihin, parang in-impeach po siya ng sariling questions ng defense. Alam mo po, when they present evidence to question him and say na kung ganito yan, that is what we call impeachment of a witness. No? Ina-impeach by asking question that would be contradictory sa sinasabi niya or pinresenta niya na ebidensya, which ganon. I think titirahin yan sa memoranda or memorandum ng defense yan later on, or kung may oral argument sila on this matter. Kasi kailangan lang ma-establish na talagang yun ang ginawa niya. You do not have the complete tools pala to get the full transcript and to present everything what was stated there in order that there will be a complete grasp of any investigator, whether they're conducting preliminary investigation or nag-conduct na mini-trial sa COJ, para ma-appreciate lahat po yung sinabi doon sa transcript na yon.
Meron din po ako mga nakausap na talagang bihasa sa larangan ng
Yes.
sinasabing eksperto, pero kalaunan parang nababawasan yung kanyang credibility bilang eksperto, competent siguro attorney. Yung mga sinasabi niya, meron siyang 2 weeks na mga training. Sa Bisaya pa, daghan daw ng libak sa iyahan. Yung mga expert talaga, no? Binabakbite na raw siya dahil sa kanyang mga pahayag. Now, ngayon, meron pa siyang sabi na yung AI daw hindi kaya ng hanggang 2 hours na ano. So parang nakuha ba or purpose din ba nung depensa kanina na mailantad kung credible ba ito sa kanyang mga pinagsasabi o hindi, attorney?
Oh, yung kanina, ang ginawa ng defense are impeaching questions, no, by way of cross-examination. Now, I think at the time of the presentation of the defense, they will present impeaching evidence, no, to debunk all statement of that person. Depende, they could get a real forensic scientist to testify as to this, no, and that would somehow destroy his competency or credibility as a witness. Iba po yung tanong kanina, parang in-impeach lang yung testimony niya by way of cross-examination. Pero later on, sigurado ako with the way that is happening right now is the defense will be presenting their evidence, no, and which would debunk or destroy the testimony on each and every prosecution witness. Ganyan po talaga ang technique and style. Yan po tinatawag na impeaching evidence.
Pero yung hindi ba pag ano tawag doon, redirect, cross-examine sa side ng prosecution na attorney, medyo ano ba yun? Bawas ba yun sa kanilang puntos para makabawi-bawi kung ano man ang medyo nakuha ng puntos dito sa depensa during cross-examination?
There are two schools of thought on redirect, no? Ang redirect, hindi ako magre-redirect dahil hindi na-destroy ng defense ang testimony ng aking witness, ng prosecution witness. So hindi ako mag-redirect. There is no point to redirect, Your Honor, because immaterial lahat ang mga questions na hindi nakapagsira. Second school of thought naman is hindi ako mag-redirect dahil kapag mag-redirect ako, ang witness ko na nagbibigay ng mga sagot na hindi naman kasama sa script o nagbibigay ng mga answers na hindi naman napag-aralan nila or na-brief nila, it would be more damaging to them. Now, as I see it, dito sa latter part po ang prosecution, hindi na lang sila mag-redirect kasi mas lalong mabubutasan. Kasi pag mag-redirect sila, if i-fix yung mga sinabi niyang mga mali, makaka-recross na naman ang defense. And then at the same time, yung mga senator judges magtatanong naman, di ba? So, whatever is the intention of Attorney Ligutan na hindi siya nag-redirect, nasa kanya yon, no? I think he is just satisfied na na-present po yung video because yun naman talaga ang purpose noon is to authenticate the existence of the video. On that point, tama po si Attorney Panelo. However, para naman sa akin is that kailangan, hindi rin yun i-stipulate dapat. Kasi kailangan tating malaman kung paano niya ginawa. Remember, this is a legal and political proceedings. The fact na each and every witness na mag-testify is ma-destroy mo yung credibility, yung bias, no, ang reason kung bakit siya nagta-testify and everything, that is very significant for purposes of the public opinion of the people looking, as well as the senator judges. So, importante po yun kasi we are on open camera. So, hindi pwedeng stipulate kay allow mo lang yung mga evidence nila i-present. Okay na yan, I adapt. Ipa-present mo at sisirain ko, itry ko sirain. At pag malaman ng mga tao na nasira yung witness na yun, para sa kanila, hindi na siya credible witness and it would be considered as damaging on their part. Parang ganun po ang theory dapat niyan.
Opo, muli pong hiniling ng House Panel of Prosecutor ang pagsubpina sa tax documents, ganun din ang bank records ng Vice Presidente at kasama na si kanyang asawa at sa kanilang 22 na mga businesses din. Tatalakayin possible ito by Lunes and Wednesday sa isang oral argument. Ano po ang sa pantahan nyo po dito, attorney? Magiging ano ba sila? Magiging magbabatay ba sila sa legal? Kasi karamihan din po sa mga senator judge natin ay hindi talaga kumbaga hindi mga abogado. Baka magde-decide na naman, okay, majority tayo, papayag tayong ganito. Attorney, ano na nakikita nyo po?
Alam po, the defense will object, no? Because ang materiality, ang relevance, at saka the fact that kung hindi man yun mag-grant yung kanilang objections on materiality and relevance, probably they will also push as to the tax records only that would involve the BP. It should not include the husband who is not a public officer and other businesses, no? So, but the problem is that supposing ma-allow ang box na ma-open yun, there is the danger, no? Hindi kasi alam ng prosecution kung ano ang contents. No, kasi pag yung contents doon is it will not be favorable to them and they will not push it, the defense will use it. So ganun, yan ang problema po kapag mag-fish ka ng isang evidence, no? Dapat kasi sa akin, no, if I present evidence, dapat alam ko yung evidence na yun makakatulong sa akin. Ibig sabihin, kung nasasabong pa man, alam ko yung manok ko mananalo, hindi ako maggagamble na hindi ko alam kung anong laman noon. Kasi delikado kasi it might be prejudicial on my part, nabuksan na. Pwedeng gagamitin ng kabila, no? And be careful sila doon. Would that mean that it will prove the unexplained wealth? Okay? Would that mean that would prove na meron po siyang illegal na kayamanan na nakuha? And take note that it should only confine for the period that she is the Vice President of the Philippines. It should not include those matters that hindi covered sa as a Vice Presidential term niya. So yun po mga objections dyan and I think they will conduct that oral argument and maybe baka magkaroon ng mga equitable discussions on that. So far, hindi pa nagkakaaway ang mga judges on this, no? So far, ang mga decisions ng presiding officer sinusunod pa ng lahat. We submit to the presiding officer. Yun ang sinasabi ng karamihan.
Opo. Ang malinaw dito, attorney, wala pang napapatunayan ang prosekusyon na may kinuhang assassin itong si Vice President Sara Duterte kaugnay doon sa kanilang articles of impeachment.
Yes, Jade, malayo pa. Napakalayo pa talaga. Actually, sa start pa lang ito, sa video napakalayo pa. Nasa first step pa lang tayo. Hindi pa nga tayo nakaabot. Hindi pa kasi nakaabot ng first base, bloody na. No? Kumbaga, so to speak. Ibig sabihin, nagbabanggaan na sila ngayon. And kumbaga, ano yan positioning yan So, kung kaninong position, sino ang maka-box out ko sa basketball pa, yun ang nangyayari ngayon, no? So, every evidence they present, the other party will always contradict, no? And as I said, this time around, nakapag-ready talaga ang defense and I think their more extensive knowledge on the technology and because of this social media thing, yun na naging advantage nitong mas batang abogado as against kay Attorney Ligutan na hindi naman siya matanda pero at least tsaka yung fact na ngayon ang cross yung direct examination is that naputol, malaking bagay po yun para sa defense. Talagang nakapaghanda sila, nakapag-aral po sila na mabuti kagabi.
Opo, at saka yung bilis, attorney, na bilisan ho ba kayo? Baga, di ba yung duration ng pagtatanong, tuloy-tuloy at para bang, yun lang ba? Parang ganun po yung mga reaksyon ng mga netizen. Ganun lang ba kabilis ang naging cross-examination ng depensa dito sa testigo?
Yes, Jade. Dapat po maintindihan ng netizens sa mga nanonood po ngayon na kung ano lang po yung purpose for which the testimony of the witnesses being offered, doon na po mag-focus, hindi na po lalabas doon. Kaya nga, mali yung term na tinatanong siya about impeachable offense ba yan? Tinatanong siya kung ano ba yung elements ng grave threats. Hindi na yun dapat. Kasi hindi na yun covered sa kanyang purpose eh. Nakakahiya lang siguro on the part of the defense to object. No, nasabihin, Your Honor, I think that is not covered to the ano. Kasi ang mga senator judges nagtatanong more than that. No? And there were some instances yesterday na napansin ko na, nagkakaroon na ng boundary on that line of questioning si Attorney Ligutan. So hindi po dapat. Kaya nga, nagtaka po kayo ngayon kung bakit mabilis lang. Because yun naman talaga ang kanyang purpose is to authenticate na meron siyang dinownload. Tapos yung mga purpose ng paano mo dinownload, at saka yung bias mo pag-download, or bakit hindi kinumpleto, bakit nakafocus ka ng kay BP Inday, bakit hindi mo rin recommend na imbestigahan yung attempt, yung security ni Inday na sinasabi niya may papatay sa kanya, ma-Romanov siya and everything, bakit hindi napunta sa PSG. Those are matters that somehow just to destroy the credibility of that particular witness as well as the investigation itself, that it will prove that it is just politically motivated.
At nakuha po nila yung gusto po nilang makuha mula sa testigo.
Yes, definitely. Maraming butas po ang nagawa ang defense ngayon. And hats off po sa kanila. Talagang nabutasan nila. Especially the fact na wala man lang affidavit, no? Yung si BBM, si FL, pati si Martin Romualdez to say that we are intimidated and we are filing a complaint para masugpo ito. Wala lang, parang baliwala sa kanila. So, ibig sabihin, they did not consider it as a grave threat. Ang nag-consider lang ng grave threat ang NBI na hindi naman sila ang private complainant.
Attorney, daghang salamat sa imong oras ug higayon sa uulitin. Ingat po kayo.
Thank you, Attorney.
All the time. Thank you so much, guys. Maraming salamat.
Maraming
Mahalin
salamat.
natin ang Pilipinas.